Happy weekend, everybody. Lakes and Automotive on. What's up? Everybody doing okay? What's up, Christian? Hello, Errol. BK, what's up? Had a little bit of time here on Saturday. Hello, Nancy. Thought I'd hop on. May start doing. Yeah, that pick is being tweaked. I like it, brother. I may start doing some. Instead of Saturday Night Live, we'll do Saturday Morning Live. What's up, Peter? I started a couple minutes early. I'll wait around here just a minute. Anybody else that wants to log on? Hmm. Can't never figure out why it's giving me. Stephenson, how you doing, man? There we go. Maybe I fixed it. What's up, JK? Everybody okay this weekend? Having a good weekend? I want to hop on and look a few minutes. Sorry, my dog's in here going crazy. What we were kind of coming into and why we rejected. Josh had this. What have I got there? Okay. I was taking note of this. If you get what's up, Cameron? Getting into this volume profile. The reason we came up here and rejected, you can see this big volume bar. That's what was shaking me out. What did we get? 602 that day. This is Thursday, December 26th. And when you go, let's go back over here and you'll see it. This is the right shoulder. And we definitely got a head and shoulders forming on the SPY. That's a 6-hour chart. Daily, you can see it even clearer. And the reason that we hopped off of this level, see this big volume chunk here. We tested right all the way to the bottom of it. If we would have lost a little bit more, we would have flushed on down to 589 pretty dang easy. There's a lot of selling pressure. There's a gap in volume here, and then most of it's negative volume. So we've got this head and shoulders going on, guys, and it can complete out. If you let's just look here a second. That's what I like to do. So I guess typically we would need to break under here to complete the shoulder. So we get that, and we need to break this down, and then we could get on down in here, I guess. Not sure we get that far, but on the daily, there's a big gap right here. If anybody sees it, all the way to, was this 575? What's up, Christian? So I like looking at these patterns. If you're not super familiar with them, it's good to just Google them, pull them up, Google them. You can see even if we come up right here, I love Googling these things and just seeing it. And there's the first sort of image that comes up. Well, it's going to blow it up for us. You can see it pretty clearly there. And this is classic head and shoulders here, man. So if this can continue on down, that's sort of what I'm looking for. We need to break under 591.50 to start ramping on down. Then you got another chunk of volume out here, guys. Christian, gaps must all the time get filled. I don't think necessarily, Christian, but most of the time they do. So if you see it like go to it, technically it fills during pre-market and stuff, but like on the daily, let's do it weekly here. It's a little easier to see on the daily. Yeah. It's a good gap. I mean, we could feel it. Oh, I'm still in drawing mode, aren't I don't know why I do that all the time. Then I end up leaving dots everywhere. I'm not great with TradingView, guys. But that's the best. That's about the best I can do. So, and if we bring our volume profile on back, you can see why we held here, right where this big volume chunk come out. So it caught on that shelf, and it's really got to come down and break this to, I guess, to complete on down, come down this way, and it very well could. If you go to, if I got the Weeble pulled up now, there we go. So if you go to the daily here, you can see this RSI is still pointing downward. The RSI on TradingView came up to the signal line to try to cross over, and we didn't get a crossover. We got a rejection. So this is still pointing downwards, and I'm expecting some more down pressure. Brian, but isn't that bottom volume profile that you're pointing to at the base of a green stick, a bunch of silver powders? It's up volume and down volume, Brian. Yeah, Lakes Automotives. This is the fixed range volume profile. The blue is up volume. The gold is down volume. And if you zoom in, the way I've got my settings on this, see, down volume, up volume. And then you can click these values to bring the values up for you if you zoom in a little bit more. I like finding volume gaps with this for when we're approaching and when there's larger chunks. Yeah, Brian, I mean, I get it. It's a little difficult to understand if you take it, it depends on where you're measuring from. If you're measuring this, just this back piece, or back to, I guess, the whole head and shoulders move, would have started there. We got right down to the bottom of this. See this big gap right here? This is what we didn't lose, this whole shelf. And I'm guessing this piece here, yeah, that's what held it here. And I guess more buyers started stepping in there and brought it up. But if we come back to this, I think that's election day, is it? Yeah. That's when we had a huge gap up. So if we lose this right here, we come on back and measure this structure up to it. And we got to chew through this crap here. It can come on. This was a good chunk of volume here, I guess. So I'm looking for a little more down pressure. I ain't saying we get it, but I'm looking for it. Yeah, I get it, Brian. I guess let me default I may have the rows. Let's see here. row size. Okay, now I want to say this is. Does it start out on 30? I can't remember how to default it back to where it starts at. I like the width of the box to come over quite a ways. Maybe I'm thinking of session volume profile. Does that look better? Yeah. I mean, it's set up classic for Head and Shoulders. We come to the bottom of this junk right here, and it held, but when you come out and start looking back at the MACD and the RSI on the daily, we're pointing down. What's the 6 hour? Is the best I can get. 6 hour MACD's crossing down. It don't look like. You see, we're right at the 50 on the RSI. Looks to me like it's just flattening out right here. It's pointing up a little bit, but we'll see Monday. I don't like to make too big of predictions. Has anybody got any questions, like how we're setting up for dailies? How we're setting up for our day trades and stuff? I wanted to review. We go back to our 5-minute chart. It was a really good play Friday. It was really good. And then I called another banger right here and got out too early. I got back in right after the live, but I did get popped out right here. What's up, Jay? What's up, Jay? We just reviewing a little bit, looking at this Head and Shoulders on the SPY on the daily. You've not missed much, man. We're kind of waiting to see if we lose this 592 level. I mean, as of right now, we closed at 595. Yeah, 595. Okay, Robin Hood. We'll go over our chart setup, how we start off the day. And we take, let me get rid of my lines here. We'll start fresh. So this is just my naked chart with VWAP 200. The 200 is the red, VWAP is the gold, 9 EMA is the green. Yeah, Brian, in certain aspects I do. I'll leave them up. I've been taking some off here lately where I've been charting with you guys, but you can I leave some of my biggies up, like this one here. I was pretty firm we were going to reject up in there, and I called that out too the other day. If you remember, I don't know if you saw me or not, but on Josh's live, I took this. I like to use rectangles a lot, and I'll draw my ranges like this right here. See this range we stayed in up here? I knew when this shoulder was coming back up, the only way we're going to not curl back down for a shoulder is to push through this stuff, and this was a bunch of structure. So I knew when we were coming into it, that was rejection city, more than likely, and sure enough, it did. So, some of my lines I'll leave up. I've been taking them on and off a lot to try to help the community, show them how to draw it and stuff. But, yeah. Cameron, we'll set that up now. So let's go into Friday. And I'm on Weeble. So first thing I do is I get my drawings tab pulled up. Hit the drop down tab here on my lines. I'm going to do a horizontal line. And as this is forming, we got 1 candle, 2 candles, 3 candles, right? So I mark the bottom. This is on a 5-minute chart. The bottom of the body of that range, and then the top. So this one started out here. And that's morning structure. Because we're trading structure. That's how we're doing it. We use this gold line as my VWAP. So I want to be either, I have to be over VWAP, over morning market structure to start looking for calls. Under VWAP, under morning market structure to start looking for puts. Now, if we see one's leaning this way or leaning that way, I'm pulling them up and looking at them. You have to start pulling your options up ahead of time looking. And the general rule of thumb, the way that we're doing our live trading on the SPY, is we're buying the first strike out of the money. Sometimes you can go 2 strikes out, depending on what you want to do, but you need to stay somewhere in that range. If I were looking for this right now and I pulled my options up, 0 DTE, so I would pull up this. 596 is the first thing out of the money, then 597. On these, you could have went out a little bit. We generally try to stay 1 or 2 strikes within the money. So I would have pulled up the 596s or 597s, okay, if we were looking for calls. Now, we got these first 3 candles marked, the top and the bottom of them. And this candle here pushed and gave me a little bit of a thought of maybe we were going to push up. I feel you, Jay. What's up, Victor? Bat signal. I like that, Brian. Okay, D Hunt. When creating morning structure, when placing a call or put, do we need limit or market type? Okay, I use market orders only on the SPY. Other things, like Starbucks. I'm not sure the spreads on Nvidia. I don't trade it very often. Those you may want to use limit orders and hit the ask. Okay. On the SPY, there's really no spread in between a market order and a limit order on the ask. Like it might be a penny off, and I would rather do a market order and make sure I'm in the trade and not miss the trade. Sorry, guys, 1 second. Okay. So yeah, I always use market orders on the SPY for my options. And somebody was asking, Jay Switzer, what broker are you using, Jay? You may want to switch, man. You may want to switch to Webull. Getting in and out, and I'm making a video on stops for us, on stop losses and how to run them up. But I'm going to have to do screenshot videos while the market's open to do it. I've tried to do it without it, but I got to do it with it open so I can execute the orders. Hopefully, I'll have that Monday or Tuesday for you guys, and you can see how I can move my stops up really fast. Like it's no different than like, see this line right here I just made? I can grab my stop loss once I set it, and it say the price action's going down. I can grab it on a chart and run down with it, hit confirm. I'll leave it trailing behind a little bit, and then like right here, I would have run it down. I'd have probably left it right in here, and then this green candle, when it wicked back up, would have stopped me, and I'd have been way in profit. That's how I do it. So I would consider stopping or switching over to Webull. It's a great platform for just doing regular options, man. Just stop losses in general. It works good. I use a hard stop. I don't use limit stops, because if it's moving real fast, it might blow through your limit order and not fill. Yeah, D Hunt market. I'm market all the way. This time, Josh. I feel you, D Hunt. I feel you. Jay, I think I seen the other day on TradingView. I don't do it. I don't connect it to my broker. I just use TradingView for charting. You can connect Webull, I seen. And I thought I seen on the PC version of TradingView, it had some kind of options thing on it the other day. I'd have to get into it and look. But you can connect your broker on it, and I think Webull is included. Somebody told me that the other day, and I looked, and it is included. Jay, I think Moomoo is pretty good. Webull's great, man. Webull is safe, Chinese company. NC Rocks, I don't know what kind of company they're. I'm just telling you, when I get my orders filled, when I put my stop in, they get filled. You know, there's probably a lot of Chinese company. I don't know all that. I just know I can get my stuff set, and I've never had a problem with withdrawing or sending money into my account. I've never had any issues, so it works good for me. Need to stop last video bad. Yeah, Lakes Automotives, if you switch your account, Moomoo don't do it, but Webull, you need to switch your account to a cash account, and you're not limited to the PDT rule. If you're just on a regular margin account or whatever, you only get 3 trades a week. You should switch your Moomoo. I don't think does it unless they've switched lately. Okay. S pick with Webull or Moomoo. I don't know what that is. NC Rocks. Yannick. Let's look. So what you can do here, like when you bring your options up, right click. You come down here and view it in a chart if you want to. You add a widget up, and then you can bring your option up on a chart. And yeah, you can if you just, I think if you go to recently viewed. Yeah, so right here. These are old ones that I'd looked at before. Okay, I pull a chart back up. We'll go over the entry. Yeah, Yannick. BK, you don't need 25K with cash. You just trade the cash you have for the day. Correct. Yeah, if you you don't need 25K in your account in Webull. You just make it a cash account, and let's say you got $1,000 in it, which is plenty for options to start. Okay. Trade you a couple contracts, 2 or 3 at a time, 3 trades a day. It resets that night. Then you got all your money again the next day. It all settles on a cash account on options. Okay. If you get interested, I'm sure there's plenty of us. I've got referral links for Webull, so if anybody gets interested, let me know. Send you a referral link. It'll give you free stocks. Like if you put so much in it, it gives me a few free stocks or something. Or if you got a buddy in here that wants to do it, that's fine too. So here's our morning structure, guys. Let's set it up. Take these first 3 5-minute candles. We mark the top. We mark the bottom. Then we have, remember, VWAP is our gold line. I use the 9 EMA as my green line on the 5-minute chart. I do this every time I tell everybody, okay? On the 5-minute chart, the 9 EMA is a pretty good trend indicator. And if I've caught a trend, I will use the 9 EMA as a guide. Yeah, Lightning, it's capital, man. Like, if I was just trading shares, like you can do, I know they've got it for SPY, but like on the QQQ, you can do TQQQ or SQQQ and buy the shares cheaper and it's less volatile, I guess. But whereas I can take, on the SPY, $154, and if I catch, this contract here, this strike is $1.54. And let's say $1.54. If I've run 50 cents, or if we go, let's say this is $1, let's make it easy. It cost me $100 to buy that contract. And if I catch 50% on that contract, that's a $50 per contract. Whereas the actual SPY is $600, almost $600 a share. And from the high of $5.99 to $5.90, that's a $9 move. And you would have to have a bunch of shares to make anything out of that. So you can use less capital and make higher percentages with it. Yeah, Victor, I don't think there's any difference, man. Just like stocks. So let's get our entry again here, guys, and why we got into this trade, and then I'll show you actually why I got into the other trade that I wanted to Let's go 5 minute on here. Let me take that off. Okay, we go back to 5 minute. I'm bringing up session volume profile and the VWAP. That's all I got on my trading view. Okay. The first indicator that we had, we were in market structure up till 10 o'clock. 10:05, we were starting to cross. So here's the bottom of structure, guys, this yellow line. Once this green candle about had me faked out. It had Josh looking at calls, but we never entered calls because it pushed right up to the top of morning market. Okay? And then rejected. Rejected on this candle. This candle moved down and closed under VWAP. You got to zoom in sometimes, guys. Okay, see? Under VWAP. And this candle started forming under VWAP. It was fast. I won't say it was easy, but it was fast. Once this candle closed under VWAP, and I saw this RSI start pushing down, and this MACD was also downward, it was giving me some early direction. Okay. At that point on this candle, when we were under VWAP, I start looking at puts. I got my puts pulled up on my phone here. I'm looking at them, and I've got the put chose, the first one out of the strike, first strike out of the money, and I've got my buy, like I'm ready. At that point, you have to start getting ready as it's approaching these lines for your entries, and it's easy to get in early and get burnt. So you have to start waiting for these lines to get crossed. Okay, so here's two ways of doing it. This candle, you can wait on this whole candle to close, 1 5-minute candle. And that is telling you direction has been established a large percentage of the time. Okay, if you did that and you got in down here, this was still a good move, even though it retraced a little bit. This was still a good move down. Or you get in early with a little higher risk as it's crossing structure. So you see this momentum flying downward. It's crossing structure. It's telling me, it's screaming to me to get in. Now, we took huge profits on this big candle right here and this candle. They were great profits. Where did we get stopped at? I come back here and I look at my session volume profile. And by 10:30, it's set. The value area high, the value area low. If by then it's not breaking up over it or under it, it's kind of going to range in that area. You see how most of the day spent in this area, and this white bar is the POC. It's a point of control where the most volume for the day was. So it acts kind of like a magnet. It's usually going to revisit it and retest it. Now, the reason I got into this trade, see, we came down and stopped. So when we stop and start making a reversal, I'm in the middle of the day. I go up here and grab me another line, and I mark it. You can do the wicks if you want. Gives you a little more room, but a lot of times on these fives, I'll just catch the bodies. Now, when we were getting off the live, I called this right here. Actually, I called it a little early. I think I called this. This candle stopped me. We got off the live. I said this is going to be a double bottom. And the reason it's a double bottom is because it's at the value area low. This was a perfect place for calls, and it paid big. I don't sit here all day, Jay, but I'm watching often. Even if I go away, I'm watching on my phone some. And then if I see something setting up that I like, then I'll come back to the PC. Okay, so we had this double bottom here, and I drew it for you guys too before we got off the live. I'll just do it right here. Look. This is bad drawing, guys. I'm sorry. So this is what I expected. Of course, we didn't get that. I always have to do this, man. I don't know why I won't stay out of drawing mode. Okay, so this is what I expected. This W forming. We didn't get that, but I did call this bottom, and that was 592.80 up to 594.80 or 90. That's over 2 points. I set alerts sometimes, Robinhood. So on an alert on Trading View, let's say okay, you want to set it on Trading View. You come over here to the value bar, and this plus will come up. Let's say I'll set it before it was going to hit that bar. So I hit the plus, add alert on SPY at 592.88. And when it comes back to that, it'll start giving me an alarm on my phone and on my whatever you logged in with, your email, your phone, and it'll send you an alert. So once I saw this neckline here coming back down, I said, it's a good chance we're going to hold here because it was value area low. See? And that's where it held. Yeah, we did come under it a little bit, but really close to it. So this ended up being a really good trade. I think a few people stayed in it. And I was happy to get out right here because, looky there, we had got rejected there the first time. It held here once. It held there. So the second test of it was a good place to take risk. I already had big gains from this, so I was fine putting a little risk on the table on this double bottom. Now, it didn't complete and come on up, but this is a 2-point move on the option. That's a lot of money. I was happy taking, if I had 5 contracts, I was happy taking 4 off the table right here and letting one run up, and it didn't, so it stopped me out. Now, lo and behold, look again, guys. This is why I marked these through the day. Look over here at somebody help me. 1545. That's 345. Yeah. 345, the same exact level holds again. You know what I mean? You gotta try to mark those. Not a bad idea to mark lows of the day, like right here. I'd probably change that to red. And then when we come back to it in days to come, I would have that marked. Okay, if it's breaking lows, if we go over 2 or 3 days and then it comes back and it's breaking these lows of 590.75, it's coming on down. Pretty good indicator it's coming on down. So it's good to mark that stuff intraday. This run here, I traded some of this live in the afternoon when we crossed VWAP. That was the place to get back in. Or, little higher risk, this channel, if you'll notice, guys, I told you I like these rectangles. Look at this channel here. Boom. See that? You could have traded the bottom top of that channel, and ends up being the same thing on TradingView. I always lose this. Oh, never mind. I got it marked. See, look at this. Look at that channel. That's value area high to value area low. Right? Same thing on Webull. So you got it when you're trending like that in those ranges, mark them off, man. You know, take your horizontal lines and mark them off. Yeah, Lightning, that ain't a bad idea to set an alert on a trend line. That's not a bad idea. Or on an EMA or something. I'm sure you can do that on TradingView. I know you can. Okay. So, if you are swinging 5 minute and 15 minute, all throughout the day, I'm changing my time frames. Really, yeah, I like the candles on higher time frames, but it's really to get direction from MACD and RSI. You know, the 5 minute can trick me out. You might can scalp it some, but the 1 hour is going to give you better direction. So I like to go over to the 1 hour and look for those directions and these cross ups on the MACDs, and those are usually more powerful moves on higher time frames. Like this bad boy right here that we caught last week. Cross up down here. We caught this whole move that day. It was a good one. So right now, you know, this shoulder, if it holds, I'm saying 591. 591 holds and then we start pushing back up, then it's invalidated. You know, if we keep on coming down, we got a long way to go for the head and shoulders move. Shoulder, head, shoulder. So, you know, I like to play a level at a time. I don't swing a lot of trades out days and weeks. I don't do that. I try to play intermediate levels at a time. NC Rocks, let me explain better. Like I said, on the 5 minute, I watched the if I'm in a trade, I try to watch the 9 EMA, this green line. And as long as I'm either A, happy with profits. Like we caught this whole from here, most of this whole down move, and we held under the 9. Okay. Now, I'm happy taking profits on 2 and 3 point moves on an option. So I didn't have to wait for it to break the 9 up here. You know, it came back up, broke it. A couple times this was consolidation area before it started another trend under it and down. We technically stayed under VWAP the whole time, which was pointing down. So, you know, the long trends, like if we come back here, let's catch this day. See this day? The 9 holds pretty much the whole day on a 5 minute chart. Not on 15 or 30. I'm 5 minute chart. So if I'm in a trade and a candle starts closing outside of the 9, like these two right here, I probably would, if I got in down here, I'm taking profits up here. I don't care. I don't need the whole move. I just want good profits. Lightning, what I do and Josh does is it's up to everybody's portfolio and risk tolerance. If you're new and starting, trade one contract or trade two and take profits on the way. When you get resistance, take one off the table and leave one for a runner. That way you got skin in the game still. Just do two contracts on this move here that day. We had 1, 2. That was the top of structure. So 596.80. And let's say you got shook out right here. 599.80. 3-point move on two contracts. 3-point move on one contract. It's huge. Huge, man. Let's say you cut one right here and you tried to hold a runner, and then you got back over the 9 and you held your runner to here. 1 or 2 contracts paying good, man. Oh my God. You trade 500 shares of SPY at a time. What would that be for the same profit margin? $500 shares? Wow, Lightning. You want a big portfolio, brother. You're using 300 grand per trade. Okay, NC Rocks. I would recommend you go a day out if you're going to do this with us and you're just starting. Don't do 0 DTE. Go out one day. Lightning. Wow. Well, brother. I mean, I don't blame you, for trading the shares if you got the means to do that. Most of us don't. Yeah, Jay. So, if you're trading that large, you could take a fraction of that into options, and if you build confidence, you could blow that up bigger, easier, and use less capital. But that's up to you. Lightning, I feel you, man. You don't have to know, man. I think really, I'm gonna tell you the way that I do it. You don't have to know all the Greeks and all the ins and outs of options, okay? If you look at this like you're just like day trading shares, you just get approved for options and you use that instead. You don't have to understand everything to make money with it. What you do need to understand is a good foundation to trade on, to day trade on, and that's what we're teaching every day. So if you're, I don't go trading options for months out at a time. You don't have to learn how to do all that if you're doing what I'm doing. This is, people, normal old average Joes like me that work. That's why I'm wanting to do this full time. As I've worked all my life and I lost my job 2 weeks ago, I want to show everybody in here that's working every day that you can make supplemental income with this. If you got a day or two a week you can trade, or maybe you got a desk job that you get an hour here, an hour there that you can look and trade some. You can make supplemental income with this, and you just got to have a good foundation of how to get in and out of trades, and that's what we're trying to teach. Good foundation to trade on. So, Lightning, if you're using that much capital, man, like I don't know. if I'd be putting that much up every time, I would. That's astronomical. If you're using that daily, you know, do options and do low amounts if you want to learn how to do them. But using those for shares, if you're getting 500 shares at a time, 600 shares at a time, and it's a $5 move, you're still making good money. It's just beyond me, though. I guess I can't wrap my head around that big. I feel you, man. Keep your losses low. Okay. So, I'll start wrapping it up, guys. There was a few good entries other than the big move down. One was my double bottom call out right here. This was just a good move because it was structure and it was value area low. And it was a good move here also at the end of the day. You also could have played puts right here on value area high back down. Okay. Would have been, those were all pretty good trades that day. As far as looking at Monday, I like to wait till pre-market comes out and see what we're doing Monday before I make any calls. But we got to get back over 602 to move on up and get out of this head and shoulders is what we got to do. Ed, I want to wait and see pre-market. Right now I see more down pressure because of daily RSI, daily MACD. Technically, we're over the zero line on the MACD. We could just flush on down a little more and then flatten out and come back up. But, and we're at the midpoint on the RSI. Yeah, Ed, I want to clear 602 before I'm. That way we're back in this range. We're pushing 602, and then we're working back to 607 or so, 608. We got to clear 606 or 608 to get that next big leg up. That's my thing. Mark says down, down, down. Yeah, I don't disagree, Mark. This was a good wick, though, I will say. Came up. Does that qualify as a hammer candle, guys? On the daily. So, 591. 591's got a break to come on down more. Roni, yes. You mean for my Weeble? I'm making videos now. I'm currently making videos. And then I'm going to pin it on my Discord channel. But if you go back and watch any of my videos, I go through my setup, my layout every day. And now I'm about to start hopefully doing coaching classes that people can book. So, okay. I guess I'll wrap it up there, guys. Been on for a while. I appreciate everybody. I feel you, Ed. I usually just try to say it one time on a video. If you get interested, you want to support me, you can use my link on the video. If you hit like where it says more right there, it comes up and it's got like my link over here, sign up, or right in there. I guess it's like that on PC too, whatever. You can unsubscribe and then resub with my link, and it helps me. That's what most people that are supporting me have done. if I can get enough support that way, I'm pretty much going to live trade 4 or 5 days a week with you guys. I'll be with Josh 2 days and then be on my own 2 or 3 days. And we've been pretty successful so far. Thank you all. And my link's also on the Discord. If you go to my channel, Spy Lord, come up here where it says pinned messages. My link's right there. And you can always support me that way. I appreciate the heck out of it. I'm working hard for you guys, putting content out and showing you everything I can show you and live trading with you. So I appreciate it big time. If you guys have a question, hit me in Discord. I'm working on a video for Webull for the stop losses, how to set them, how to execute them, and I'll finish recording it Monday while the market's open. Okay. All right. Any questions? Hit me in Discord. Tag me. I go back and read everybody. If I get a notification, I'll go back and read it and try to answer it. Yep. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. Thanks, Rocks. NC Rocks. Thank you. Yeah, I love Miss Mary, Salmon, and Airtwan. I love everybody. Thank you, Victor. Yep. If you sign up with my link, I get support that way. That's what Josh created it for me for, and he's the one that gave it to me. So it's not doing anything. He's still fine, and he's the one that created the link for me. So it's the way that I'm trying to make my living, I will say. All right, guys. Thank you. Hope you have a great rest of your weekend. Mr. T, the only thing I've got now is I have to get to a certain amount of subscribers before I can have Super Chats. I do have PayPal. Let's see here. I got Cash App and Venmo too. I can't remember how to share the PayPal one though. It's weird. Yeah, let me get it for you guys. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. My code. I think it lets me. Okay, there is. Did that list? Yeah, there's my Cash App on the comments now. And I wanted to say the PayPal's so stupid. It won't let you do it from the app. You have to. PayPal. Log in. Let's see if it does it this way. Yeah, thank you, Mr. T. Let's see if it pastes it now. Yep. Okay, there's PayPal. It's under my music account, but it's still my PayPal. So there's Cash App and PayPal. I appreciate any tips, guys. I really do. It means a lot. Trying to make this work full time. So, yeah, thank you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you, Christine. Thank you so much. Hey, Lightning. Thank you, brother. Thank you. All right, guys. If you got a question, hit me up Discord at me. I go back through all the notifications and read them and do my best to answer any questions. Got some good things coming. Working on setting some classes up and being able to book one-on-ones and stuff like that. So more news to come. It'll be great. Be a lot of fun. I can help people with their charts and setting up everything for them and help them out. And we're gonna live trade. Hopefully every day, guys. It's gonna be good. We're banging it out so far. We've been really good and accurate, taking our time. One thing I'll add, I noticed a lot of people, and I used to do this too. I can still get on the line of doing it. I try to smack my own hands. Don't overtrade. If you were with us, man, thank you all. Thank you so much. Steve, thank you, brother. Wow. Thank you. You have an email or website? Mr. T, I don't have an email that I list yet. I don't, just, if you need to ask me anything, you can at me. Yeah, you can at me on Discord, and I'll answer you there. But I will not initiate a conversation on Discord. I'll wait for somebody else to, like, if they strike one up with me and I know that it's legit, I can talk. But I don't initiate conversations on Discord because there's so many scammers. But we can, if you at Spy Lord, and then I'll reply to you. Okay. All right, man. Appreciate y'all very generous. Very much. Thank you so much. So yeah, if you were with us and you caught this big move at the out the open, and maybe you caught this double bottom with me, man, 11:30, your day's done. Walk away. There's no need to trade. Try this. This move was a decent move. This long run here, but it was slow. It was so slow, and it really, on options, the slower it's moving, it's the time decay's eating you up. Look on the 5. Green, red, green, 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 red, green, red, green, green, red. It was really slow. It took 591 basically, 1240. Few hours to get just a couple points when we did 4 or 5 points in 10:05 to in 15 minutes. See, it's catching the momentum. All the volumes back here. This back half of volume usually don't come till right at the end. Lakes and automotive coaching. Yes, it's coming, brother. We're in this again. Thank you, Jeffrey. So let's take a minute and look at AMD for you, brother. Somebody asked. Okay. Let's go to daily. Now, I'm not great with fundamentals on companies. My thing is what I'm doing, trading the SPY, showing people how to day trade it. But let's look at it, Lightning. Oh man, when did you buy it, brother? Moe, thank you very much. That was super generous of you all. Thank you so much. Thank you all so very much. Love Cavs. I'm not trading. You can't. Yeah, it don't trade on Saturday. I'm just going through the charts and recapping with everybody, showing you setups. That's all. Robinhood. I've been focusing on it for about year and a half to 2 years straight now. Just the SPY. Ah, where we at here? Let's catch this from last year. You're welcome. You're welcome, Robin Hood. You love Cavs. You're welcome. You're welcome, girl. Let's see here. You're in a. I'm on daily here. This thing used to follow Nvidia quite heavy, didn't it, Lightning? Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Look at that big support bar you're sitting on, brother. 113. I would be looking for this thing to maybe retest this before making another leg up. And then you got to clear you got to start clearing this 140. Yeah, around 140 area for a move back into this 160. I think it's pretty close to some support, Lightning. Yeah, and that might go into, like I say, I don't know nothing about the company. I don't do fundamentals. Sometimes I take, and if depending on if you're a long-term investor, what I do probably ain't for you. And I'm not for everybody. And Miss Mary and Airtwan, they do different things. Wolf of Gatsby, that guy's a beast. He's in and out and in and out and in and out. I'm trying to focus on people sort of creating a foundation and getting started and helping them build. And then AMD, you may want to read into their fundamentals and their story and their balance sheet and all that. And I don't do that. I wish in time I hope to be able to do that better. For a long-term hold, I would say if it don't bounce on 114, I might consider setting a stop loss. It's going to start losing on down through here, brother. Anything under 102, I would expect a bounce right in here. If you don't get that and it gets under 100, I'd start cutting. Yeah, long term's where it's at. I got retirement for that. I'm trying to build wealth this way also. So I was also noticing SUI. I have been trying to scalp it some, and everything's slowed down a little bit. Yeah, I like that volume bar too, Lightning on AMD. So that's what I'd be looking for if you're trying to hold this long term. If you're not, and you don't want to take any more of a loss on it, I would be cautious. Under 123. Let's see. Let's do this. I see some pretty solid right in here. And let's see here. You had these. Yeah, about 123. Like if you don't want to use much risk, you start breaking 123, I just hop out. Yeah. There you go, brother. That's good. That's probably a good. What type does Alpha trade? Alpha? I'm not sure if I know Alpha. You're only down 69 lightning. Okay. Okay. Is there anything I can help somebody else with before I log off? Everything, everything pies. I like that. I'm not sure what type does Alpha trade. I don't. I'm not following. Oh, is that a different Discord? I know who you're talking about. Yeah, he's a he's a penny stock guy mostly. I don't suggest it. Guys, I'll give you a warning. I mean, he may be a great guy. I don't know him. I think I hopped in his Discord for a little while. If you get, he had like personal visits set up for like 10 grand and 15 grand and stuff. Uh, if you get somebody with a really large account, running penny stocks, they can. Some penny stocks are so small cap that they can front load, lead you into the stock and dump on you, and that's what they do. Okay, and it could be a different alpha trader. I don't know. Yeah, you're right, Cameron. It could be. But I've tried penny stocks for a while. Everybody goes through these phases if you get into trading, and there's no shame in that. I did the same thing. I got into penny stock discords, Zip Trader. I've been in a bunch, man, and none of them, looking back, have the track record and the sincerity and quality of morals and integrity that Josh does. And I now know Josh personally, and I'll tell you a little bit about me. I am 45. I spent 12, 13 years of my life underground coal mines that I worked. When I got out of that, got laid off the final time, I got into law enforcement. And I've done that in the correctional scene and probation scene. I'm nobody. I'm telling you, I am nobody. I just worked normal old jobs and regular stuff my whole life, and Josh is, here when it comes to wealth and the ability he has to trade, and the knowledge he has. But he is no different. Like when you talk to him, if you ever got to know him, he's no different than talking to your neighbor across the road or the guy that you work with. He is as sincere and passes opportunities for nasty companies trying to get him to do stuff. He passes that stuff all the time. He don't need it, and he don't need this Discord either. But he has done this to help people, and not everybody latches on. That's okay. Some people don't have the time to day trade or get in and out of trades, but there's something here for you. And I promise you this: the people he's placed around him and the people he himself, there's no other Discord that I have ran across, I can say, that has the morals and integrity that man does, and the ability or the sincerity to want to look out for everybody. And that's the best way I can put it. For him to give me a chance and take a chance on me, I was a little starstruck at first, I'll be honest with you, because I've watched the man since the first day he was on Larry's show. So he's, He's as good a guy as you're going to get. This Discord is the place to be. I promise you, if you spend a year or two here, you can change your life. You can do it. It does take time. It takes hours and hours and hours and hours and weeks and years in these charts. But if you invest in yourself, you can do it. But the blindly following traders on other discords, you might get some wins here and there, but they come and go, man. None of them are around. They come and go. They're not here for you. But Josh is. It's just a different place. It's kind of more family, more of a family. So, yeah, thanks, Victor. Yeah, appreciate it. You are a people's people. That's right. I am a people person, man. That's my strong point. Good learning lesson to limit your buys, man. So, I'll wrap it up there, guys. I'm a heartfelt, sincere guy. I'm a mushy guy. I just I've made my mind up. This is what I want to do, and my back is up against the wall. When I lost my job, I lost everything. I lost it, and this is an opportunity. I'm treating it like that, and I'm going to make it. You gotta believe in yourself, and I'm doing that. You all have been super supportive, and I just gotta keep getting more and more people to support me through the Discord, and I can make it. I can do it. All right. Thanks, Moe. Thank you. Yeah, Ronnie, paper trading on Webull is great. It's really accurate with normal trading. There might be one or two features missing off of it, but for the most part, you can treat it just like trading. And it's good to build fundamentals. It's good to build your strategy. But at a certain point, paper trading will let you down because there's no risk on the table. That's why I say trade with low risk when you're starting, especially options. One or two contracts. That's it. And limit yourself to 2 or 3 trades a day. You don't need 15, 20 trades a day. You don't need it. You need a foundation and a good setup and a good system. And if your trade don't come, you don't trade it. I promise you, if you force trades, you will lose. Don't force trades. Okay? All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. Appreciate you. Much love. I love you guys. I'll be on... when will I be on? I may be on with Miss Mary tomorrow on her class. She invited me, so I may be there. I'll probably still do a video tomorrow night, and then I'm going to try to live trade Monday morning. It'll just be me, but I'll definitely be on Tuesday morning. So I should be Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then be with Josh Wednesday, Friday. Okay? So thanks, guys, and thanks for the love. Thanks for the tips, man. That means a lot. A lot to me. I need it. I need the help. So thanks, guys, for the appreciation and the support, and I will see you very soon. At me in the Discord if you need me, okay?